State your name for the camera.
My name is Thomas Fletcher and I am currently a student at Canterbury College studying film and TV. I would say when I was much younger, we found out my dad had like heart problems, and so he had to go into hospital to have like surgery on like his heart and whatever, which basically left it to just me and Mum by ourselves, and like my mum, because it's like her husband or whatever, she was like very much like distressed by it all, and so I basically was like forced at like an early age to try and be like a carer to my mum and whatnot, and I would say that experience, like, because it was like at such a young age, this is gonna sound really pretentious. It kind of like matured me in a way. And then later on in my life, actually, it was like a few months ago. My parents, my granddad had to go and do a knee up, and my parents had to go and look after my nan and granddad during that period, and admittedly, I made the decision to not go with them, because of my nan and granddad aren't really the greatest people, and I feel a little bit awkward around them, even though they're my grandparents. So like, I felt like it might have been best if I was separate from all that. But what I realised throughout the few months by myself, because I had to live by myself because of them leaving, what I learned from those few months alone is that it maybe it helped me with like getting more independent and whatnot, like doing like chores and whatnot, but it also made me realise a little bit how reliant I was on my parents and whatnot, and it was like a proper like eye-opening experience of how I was like up to that point, and I watch a lot of British centric like comedy sketches, or like I don't want to say artsy, like fun based like YouTubers based around in Britain and whatnot, and it kind of gave me like a little taste of like what made me understand like British humour and whatnot, and then in regards to like filmmaking and all that, I would I was like a very avid movie watcher for a while, mostly Marvel based, so I basically just watched them just like for the fun of it and whatnot. But what made the film that the well, actually, the film that made me properly realise like what cinema was and like the visual storytelling, whatever, is when I went to go and see like a re-showing of Parasite at the Sydney World in Ashford, and yeah, I mean, genuinely, I think it's like one of the best films ever made. But in regards to like how important it was to me, it made, well, like I say, it made me realise what visuals like how visual storytelling can be used effectively, and also I also see it as like a main source of like how I as like I see it as like the main source of like how I want to make my films because the tone of it and like yeah, just like generally like the tone and like the narrative structure as well. That those sort of things are those sort of things are like the sort of things I want to reflect in my films. My career ambitions are to be a writer-director, hopefully. So I would say where I got the what made me want to become just like a filmmaker in general is like so like a local cinema near me was doing like a re-showing of like all the Wes Anderson films, and my mum suggested that we go and see these. So yeah, basically watched like the majority of like Wes Anderson's filmography, and I think I was like mostly intrigued by like how unique like the tone and look of his films were, and yeah, it made, because of how unique it was, it made me it made me be interested in like how did he get like that tone and look across and whatnot. And so yeah, I would say that would be mainly where those ambitions came from. Give credit where it's due. The college doing work here at the college made me helped me learn like the basics of like filmmaking. So like how like what the different shot types are, how to work a camera and whatnot, and how to do like basic editing of a film. But I would say the more precise details like color grading and like how to properly like use the camera settings to like their full advantage, and like the different clever ways you can use editing to properly get across the story and unique look of your film. I would say most of those skills came from like doing it like in practice on whilst being like on sets for like work experience and all that. And then I would say I also got most of my most of that knowledge from watching films. And I would say most of the films that I watch are like films released like in a recent period, and I think that's that really helps with like skills and whatnot, because it gives me a sense of like what sort of like cinematography techniques and whatnot. What filmmakers in today's age, what like sort of skills are those filmmakers using? How could that influence how I can put my own films out there and make it as equal to films around that same time? Well, like I said, I would say the uniqueness of like Wes Anderson's cinematography and whatnot, I would say, like the colour used in that, I would say that kind of has a little bit of an influence, but mostly it comes from like from watching Parasite and like the tone and all of that sense. And like I said, watching other recent films also helps with that as well. And then in regards to like script writing, God, this is gonna sound really weird. Admittedly, I am a bit of a massive wrestling fan, and well, especially nowadays, the like storylines, like the ongoing storylines in like different promotions or whatnot, like that helped me understand like gave me like an early understanding of like how you can use emotion in like storytelling. Like the storylines that immediately come to mind. There's like the Hangman Page like alcoholic storyline where he's trying to get over like his like alcohol abuse and whatnot, and and then other ones that come to mind would be another Adam Page one, but like his rivalry with, I would say it's sort of like a frenemy sort of thing, but like it's like an ongoing rivalry between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland, and they're like they're kind of like two sides of the same coin. So yeah, that's. Is there any other storylines that come to mind? Not really, but like the emotion that the wrestlers try to get across within these storylines, it made me properly understand like how I can how emotion can be used in like to tell a story and whatnot.